Toronto, DeMar DeRozan matched his career playoff high with 37 points. Jonas Valanciunas had 19 points and 14 rebounds, and the Toronto Raptors beat the Washington Wizards 130-119 on Tuesday night, Wednesday, Manila time, taking a 2-0 lead in a playoff series for the first time in franchise history. Kyle Lowry had 13 points and a career playoff-high 12 assists as Toronto set team playoff records for points in a quarter, a half, and a game. C.J. Miles scored 18 points, Delon Wright had 11 and Serge Ibaka 10 for the Raptors, who snapped an NBA worst 10-game losing streak in Game 1s with a 114-106 win on Saturday. Toronto, which made a team playoff record 16 three-pointers on Saturday, connected on 12 of 32 from long range in Game 2, making only one in the second half. John Wall scored 29 points, Mike Scott had 20 and Ty Lawson 14 for the Wizards, who host Game 3 on Friday night. Wizards guard Bradley Beal missed 8 of 11 shots and finished with 9 points. Beal had more fouls in the first half, 3, than made baskets, 2. Trailing 190 to begin the fourth quarter, the Wizards cut it to 108-103 with 7:52 left on back-to-back three-pointers by Scott and Lawson, and a pair of free throws from Wall. Miles stopped the run with a long three, Toronto's only one of the second half, and the Raptors put it away with a 17-4 spurt over the next 4 minutes. The sellout crowd roared when DeRozan forced a turnover and saved the ball from going out of bounds, then passed to Lowry, who fed right for an alley-oop dunk with 3:38 left, putting Toronto up 125-107. Raptors guard Fred VanVleet returned after sitting out Game 1 because of a bruised right shoulder, but looked rusty in 3 minutes of action at the start of the second quarter, airballing a shot and mishandling a pass before being replaced by Lowry. VanVleet did not play in the second half. Toronto set a team playoff record with 44 points in the first quarter, including 13 from DeRozan, and led 44-27 after one. All 5 starters made at least one three-pointer as the Raptors shot 7 for 13 from long range. Washington coach Scott Brooks called 2 timeouts to try and slow Toronto, to little effect, while Wizards guards Wall and Beal each picked up 2 early fouls, forcing them to the bench. Miles made 3 three-pointers and scored 11 points in the second, and DeRozan added 7 as Toronto broke its playoff record for points in a half by taking a 76-58 lead at halftime. Wall scored 14 points in the third, while Toronto shot 0 for 7 from three-point range, allowing the Wizards to cut it to 190 heading to the fourth. Tip-ins. Wizards. Wall went 11 for 11 at the free throw line. Ian Mahinmi was called for a flagrant foul on a driving Ibaka in the second. Lawson made his Wizards debut in the first, replacing Wall. Raptors. DeRozan also had 37 against Cleveland in the second round last year. The Raptors used 13 players. Toronto's previous high for points in a quarter of a playoff game was 39, set against Orlando in 2008. Their previous high for points in a half was 63, set against Miami in 2016. The Raptors had 10 assists on 16 made baskets in the first. Valanciunas had 8 rebounds in the opening quarter. The Raptors also took a double-digit lead in the first quarter of Game 1. Coach Dwayne Casey celebrated his 61st birthday. UP next. Game 3 is on Friday night in Washington,